It is because the mind is agitated and not fixed on Krishna that it goes from one thought to another. So our mind is monkey. It is always agitated, and that's why even when we try to fix our mind on Krishna, on Lord Krishna, then also it goes from one thought to another. So many thoughts come in our mind, right? So for instance, when we are engaged in work, memories of events that happened 10, 20, 30 or 40 years ago may suddenly come to our mind for no apparent reason. These thoughts come from our subconscious. And because they are always rising, the mind is always agitated. So we should understand this thing that these sanskars is not just it is not from only this birth. It is coming from our past so many births. Right? You will see we have this gross body, then inside it has a subtle body, which is our mind, our intelligence, and our attitude. So these three things always decides our next birth. So for example, if our subtle body is engaged in consuming non-veg, then in our next birth we will definitely get a body of a carnivorous animal. You will become a lion or a tiger. See how merciful Krishna is. This is actually not a punishment. You should understand this thing. This beautiful human body has been gifted to us to practice certain rituals, to follow scriptures. But if we will do animalistic things, consuming animals is not the behavior of a human being. It is the behavior of a carnivorous animal. So, but if you have been given this human body, and if you will behave like an animal, then you will definitely get an animal body in your next birth. So same way, if you like to swim, if you like swimming, so you will definitely get a fish body in your next life. So this always depends on our subtle body, our mind, our intelligence, and our attitude. So we should understand this thing that in whatever way we are behaving, it is the sanskar of our past births. So many past births. I will make you clear this thing with one example. You will see in one family only, there will be siblings. Let's say one is sister and one is brother. These are two siblings. You will see there will be a huge difference in their behavior. After all, they are siblings only. They are the children of one mother only. But then also they will have different behaviors. So this is because of their past sanskars. Isn't it? You will see that girl will be so calm, she will be very much peaceful, but on the other hand, that boy will be so much aggressive, he will be very much angry. So see, they are the children from one mother only, but then also they have huge difference in their behaviors. This is because of their past birth, their past sanskars. So we should understand this thing. So, yep. Then we actually already read this. We took this example of lake or a pond. I'm just reading it. We have already discussed this. I'm just reading it. If we agitate a lake or a pond, all the mud from the bottom comes to the surface. Similarly, when the mind is agitated, so many thoughts arise from the subconscious and that have been stored there over years. So when it's written over the years here, that doesn't mean the year of this life only. It means years of your past births. If we do not disturb a pond, a mud will settle to the bottom. This yoga process is the means to quiet the mind and allow all these thoughts to settle. For this reason, there are so many rules and regulations to follow in order to keep the mind from becoming agitated. If we follow the rules and regulations, gradually the mind will come under control. Now, when it is said that there are so many rules and regulations, that doesn't mean there are countless rules and regulations. Srila Prabhupada ji is very kind. He has given us the, very meaningful instructions, very basic instructions. And if we will follow that, we will definitely deliver from this material world. What are those instructions? Chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, consume Krishna Prasadam, and hear Krishna Katha. That's it. You will see, you will definitely deliver from this material world if you will follow these things. And from this, chanting is very much important. Chant as many times as you can. Even if you are not able to chant on your beats, you can chant throughout your day. If you are done with your 16 rounds, then also you can chant extra throughout your day. The more you will chant, the more your heart will get purified. Chanting is main. There are so many don'ts and so many do's. And if one is serious about training the mind, he has to follow them. If he acts whimsically, what is the possibility of the mind being controlled? When the mind is finally trained to the point where it will think of nothing but Krishna, it will attain peace and will become very tranquil. So see, this is my personal experience. Whatever throughout the day, whatever I do, I try to connect it with Krishna. I try to see relation of Lord Krishna in it. I try to see connection, hand of Lord Krishna in it. So just like I just love painting, I just love to paint. I paint, like whatever I paint, I try to connect it with Lord Krishna. I will either paint, I try to connect it with Lord Krishna. I'll either paint a peacock feather or a flute, whatever which, if one will see it, you will remember Krishna, you will get remind of Krishna. So we should always plan all the actions like this. This is real Krishna consciousness. See, what is the meaning of Krishna consciousness? That you should always think of Krishna. Now, means you should always do whatever you do, you should connect it with Krishna, then you will automatically remember Krishna. You will automatically think of Krishna. So, there are already so many actions which we do. We try to connect it with Krishna. Like, if we are eating food, so we are not eating food, we are eating Krishna Prasadam. We cook food and we offer it to Krishna, and then we have that prasadam. So see, you will automatically think of Krishna when you are consuming food. You will automatically remember that, these are the remnants of Lord Krishna. This is not an ordinary food. Same way, when you are putting Vaishnava tilak, when you will see yourself in mirror, you will be remembering Krishna all the time. When you are wearing kanthi mala in your neck, when you're wearing neck beads, then also you will remember Krishna. Same way, of course, when you're hearing these lectures, you will remember Krishna. When you're chanting, you will remember Krishna. Even by taking bath, or when you're doing your house chores, when you're cooking, when you're walking, when you're doing exercise, you can play kirtan aside. You can chant mantra. So these are, Krishna consciousness is really very easy actually. You simply have to just connect it with Krishna and you will get liberated, because anything that you're doing, if you connect it with Lord Krishna, then your every work will become spiritual. No matter what work you are doing. And that will deliver you. So, as your mind will get trained of doing all these things, you will attain peace and will become very tranquil. So now, here is the shloka. Prasanta manasam henam yoginam sukham uttamam upeti santarajasam brahma bhutam akal masam. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is free from all the reactions to past deeds. So wow! What an amazing shloka is this. Just hear this last line again. Thus he is free from all the reactions to past deeds. So whatever like karma you did in your past, no matter whatever any cheap thing you did in your past, you will get free from it once you will take shelter of Lord Krishna. So isn't this just amazing? So it is very much important to understand that you don't have to become a good boy or good girl to take the shelter of Lord Krishna. Krishna is not asking you that you come in my shelter, you take my shelter, and like you quit all your sins and then you come in my shelter. No, Krishna is not saying that. Krishna is saying that you quit all your dharmas. Like whatever dharma you follow. Means you are thinking that I am an Indian, I am an American, I am a Hindu, I am a Muslim. So these are basically the upadhis. Soul is not an Indian or a Muslim or whatever. So you have to quit all these upadhis, all these dharmas. And then you have to take the shelter of Krishna. And Krishna will automatically free you. He will liberate you from all these unnecessary things. The mind is always concocting objects for happiness. I am always thinking, this will make me happy or that will make me happy. Right? We always think this. Whatever we do, you just meditate on this one thing. Throughout your day, whatever you do, why you do it? The food you eat, why do you eat it? Now you can't say that for the sake of survival I am eating the food. No, we eat good food for the sake of getting happy, right? Like if you say that I'm eating food for the sake of survival, then you can eat fruits, you will survive. You will survive your whole life, just keep eating fruits. But no, we want to eat good food because we want to get happy by eating good food. Or we dress nicely. Why? Because we want to become happy by dressing nicely. Or throughout the day, whatever work we do it for the sake of getting happiness in return. Is it not? Even if one is doing any job, for the sake of earning money. So why is he earning money? Because he's thinking that if I will earn money, I will be able to fulfill all my desires, and after fulfilling my desires, I will get happy. So our mind is always concocting objects for happiness. We always think that this will make me happy, that will make me happy. Happiness is here, happiness is there. We always say this. In this way, the mind is taking us anywhere and everywhere. See, this is the only reason of our that our mind is becoming more and more monkey day by day. This is the only reason it is becoming monkey day by day. In this way, the mind is taking us anywhere and everywhere. So you see now, people often think that if we will eat non-veg, if we will eat animals, then we will become more beautiful, our personality will grow. But it's not like that. I see there are many people who who follow vegetarian diet, but then also they look very nice. You just see devotees only, na? Devotees of the Lord. How their face shines. Because they are like pure vegetarian. And of course they only eat Krishna prasadam. So automatically you will see that their face naturally shines. They don't put any makeup on their faces. This is practical thing. Devotees never put these makeups, lipsticks, whatever. They are like, they always stay simple. Because if you are decorating your body, then means you are thinking that you are this body. Is it not? And like honestly speaking, whenever I see any lady or girl, if she is wearing makeup, she seems as a cartoon to me. I'm not joking, really. She will put lots of red. She will like color her lips in red color like a joker. Literally, I'm not like offending anyone, but literally. And you will see many girls, they just put their hair open. They look like a ghost to me. Literally, even when I, often when I wash my head, when I put my hair open and when I look myself in mirror, I don't feel like looking my face at that time. It seems like I'm looking like a ghost, literally. So one should understand that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. If one is thinking that I will put lots of makeup on my face and I will look good, no. They're looking like a joker actually. And literally, like earlier we were actually in mode of, let's say, ignorance only, that we think all these things are really very nice. One should always do these things. But these are actually not good things. These things always takes us away from Lord. Why? You just think now, if we are like spending our time in decorating this body, we are actually wasting lots of our time. Literally. And obviously lots of money in buying those products. So this is really not a good thing. Rubbish actually. It is a horrible thing. Now, why am I saying this thing? Because I can relate this with this thing very much. When I was not into Krishna consciousness, I also used to do all these things, all these rubbish things. But now see, I feel so much liberated. Because these unnecessary things automatically start to cut off from your life. and you have lots and lots of time to serve Lord. See, we should understand that this human life is given us to ultimately serve Lord. Now people might think that this is foolish man or this is foolish girl. They are wasting their life in serving Lord. They should enjoy life. This human life is very rare. They should enjoy their life. But no, they are actually not foolish. Whoever is serving Lord, whoever is practicing spiritual activities, they are actually investing their times. We should always think that we are in jail. We have to, get liberated from this jail as soon as possible. So do bhajan nicely, do your bhajan kriya very nicely, and just get liberated from this world as soon as possible. We should plan our day in such a way that there can not even a single day, we should not spend a single day where we haven't even chanted or we haven't heard. We should never spend our day like that. We should always try that even we should chant one round if there is any emergency in case. So we should understand this thing. Okay, moving forward. It is as though we are riding on a chariot behind an unbridled horse. We have no power over where we are going, but can only sit in the horror and watch helplessly. Now this is really an amazing point. Just do one thing. Right now, search in your mobile phone a photograph where you'll see 5 horses and a man is controlling that with rope. See, I've already taken that out. I can see this. So see, these 5 horses are like our 5 senses. This is what Srila Prabhupada is trying to tell us. So you can see here only that this horse symbolizes eye, which means sight. This is for nose, smell. This is for ear, which is hear. This is for touch, skin. And this is our tongue, means taste. So these are our 5 senses. So now if you have rope in your hand, then you can easily control these 5 senses. But in case if you don't have these ropes, so what will happen with you? These horses will run here and there, and there is no control in your hand to control. There is no power in your hand to control these horses. And then what will happen? You will only be sitting in horror and you will watch helplessly. Can you just remember this scene? It might have happened in your life previously. It's possible it might have happened with you. That something horrible is happening in front of you and you are helpless. You are not able to do anything. You're just watching it. You're just sitting helplessly and you're watching it. So how horrifying that scene is. That when you are helpless and you can't do anything, you're just sitting helplessly and watching that horrifying scene. This is actually happening with us. These 5 horses means these 5 senses are not in our control, and this is the only reason why are we suffering. Just think about it. If we are not able to control our senses, then our senses will take us anywhere. Our tongue will tell us to eat wrong things. Our eyes will tell us to see wrong things, gaze at wrong things. Our ears will tell us to hear wrong things. Our skin will tell us to touch wrong things. Sensory pleasures. These are the sensory pleasures, which is really not a good thing. These are very horrible things actually. That we are like, our senses are running us and we are helpless. We are not able to control this. We are doing anything which our senses are telling us to do. It's really not a nice thing. So as soon as the mind is engaged in the process of Krishna consciousness, so now see, Srila Prabhupada ji is telling us this solution, that if our mind is engaged in the process of Krishna consciousness, then we can easily control our senses. We already discussed this thing that our tongue is the most voracious. If we will control our tongue, then other senses will automatically, they will automatically come in control. And what are the two ways to control our sense, control our tongue? Eat Krishna prasadam and chant a magical mantra. Which is that mantra? Do you remember that? Of course, you all are chanting it on the daily basis. So specifically by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then the wild horses of the mind, means these 5 uncontrollable senses, will gradually come under control. See, when I'm saying magical mantra, I really mean it. I really mean it. And of course, Srila Prabhupada really mean it. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Do you know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none but an incarnation of Lord Krishna. He is Lord Krishna himself. So you might know that in Kali Yuga, right now it's Kali Yuga going on. So in Kali Yuga, Lord Krishna comes in golden complexion as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is basically the mixture of Shri Krishna and Srimati Radharani. So if you will see, the golden complexion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the complexion of Srimati Radharani. And that, magnificent look, that attractive look is of Lord Krishna. And of course the behavior, basically it's the mixture. So Lord Krishna comes in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he hides himself. Like, people are not aware about this thing that it is Lord Krishna himself. You will see in other yugas like Sat Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, when Lord Krishna comes, when he incarnates, then people often know that he is Lord himself, he is Lord himself. But in Kali Yuga, Krishna always hides himself, and he never glorifies his real identity, that he is Lord himself. So his devotees, like elevated devotees, only know that he is Lord himself. But of course now we know that he is Lord himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is basically Lord Krishna himself, and he is very, very merciful. Very, very merciful. How merciful? You see now, he has given us this great Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and anyone who will chant this mantra, he will get liberated from this material world just by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this is very much important for us to understand that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is not an ordinary mantra at all. Anyone who will chant this mantra, he will definitely get liberated from this material world. And this is not an ordinary thing at all. So, see, this is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has given us this mantra. So we must engage in Krishna's service every moment of our lives in order to keep the restless and turbulent mind from dragging us from one object to another in a vain search for happiness in the temporary material world. So, see, there is now a shloka. Let's just recite it. Yunjanevam sadatmanam yogi vigat kalmashaha sukhena brahm samsparsham atyantam sukhamasnute. Thus, the self-controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Bhagavad Gita 6.28. Krishna serves as a patron for one who is devoted to him. See, this is very much understand to know this thing, that Lord Krishna is waiting for us. We have turned our face from him, from births, like from eternal births, right? We can't count how many births are gone. So Lord Krishna is waiting for us, that when will we turn back to him. Never think that whatever service, if I'm doing any service, is Lord Krishna really noticing it? Yes. You only think about this thing now, that when, like in ordinary world only, when you serve ordinary people, that can be members of your family. Let's take example of a husband and wife. When a wife is serving selflessly to his husband, she's showing so much of compassion to his husband. She makes nice food for him. She manages all the house chores nicely, and she takes care of her husband really very nicely. So will his husband he will definitely like it, na? He will definitely love him. He will be overwhelmed. Oh, I'm so blessed that I have got this wife. She's so nice. Isn't it? So that husband will be filled with so much of gratitude. He will be very much pleased from his wife. Same way, if we are serving Lord Krishna selflessly, Krishna really pleases from our service. He notices everything. See, it's written, Krishna serves as a patron for one who is devoted to him. Why? Because this is really not an ordinary thing to devote to Krishna. You will see many people, they also practice certain spiritual activities, but they will never get devoted to Krishna. They will be devoted either to their gurus, they will be devoted to any ordinary people, they will be devoted to their bosses, or they might be devoted to demigods. But the one who is devoted to Lord Krishna, Krishna really appreciates it. And you will not trust this, but this is a reality that even demigods appreciate that person who is devoted to Lord Krishna. Yes. This is, this is reality. So when one is in difficulty, his patron saves him, who is Lord Krishna. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is the real friend of every living entity. And we have to revive our friendship with him. Now see, this thing also, we should understand that you might think that Krishna, why are you saying Krishna, Krishna all the time? We are devoted to Lord Shiva. What's wrong in that? He is also Lord, He is also God. No, but it's not like that. Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is saying this himself in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Shiva never says it. Lord Shiva is devoted to Lord Krishna. He always chants Ram, 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 Ram. Yes, he always chants holy names of Lord Rama, because he is devoted to Lord Krishna. Of course, Lord Krishna is Lord Rama only, incarnation of Krishna. So, you will see now, now you will say that we understand this thing, that Krishna is supreme, we will devote to him. But what about Muslims? What about Christians? They think that their God is Allah, their God is Guru Nanak, their God is Jesus. But we should understand this thing, that these are the messengers of God, Krishna. These are the messengers of Lord Krishna. Jesus never says that I am the God. He will always say that I am the messenger of God. Who is that God? Lord Krishna. So these all things are there in our scriptures. And again, I already told you this thing, that soul is the part and parcel of Lord Krishna. Soul is not any Hindu or Muslim or Christian or whatever. So Krishna is the real friend of every living entity. See, Krishna is the only one who is telling this thing in Bhagavad Gita, that all the living entities are the part and parcels of me. But no one is saying this, because no one lies. Messengers of Lord never lies, or demigods never lies. They never say that every living being is part and parcel of me. No, they never say this. But Krishna is saying this. So Krishna is the real friend of every living entity, and we have to revive our friendship with him, because we have turned our face from him. So we should work on this. We have to revive our friendship with him. The method of reviving this friendship is the process of Krishna consciousness. By practice of Krishna consciousness, mundane, passionate hankering will come to a stop. So whatever we hanker a lot. We hanker a lot to do things which never reminds us of Krishna. Instead, we tend to forget Krishna by doing all those things. So by practice of Krishna consciousness, this hankering will come to a stop automatically. This passionate hankering keeps us divorced from Krishna. Krishna is within us and is waiting for us to turn to him. Yes, Krishna is waiting for us. Now you will think, if Krishna is waiting for us, then why he does not call us? He's so powerful. He can anything is possible for him. Nothing is impossible for him. Then why he has left us here in this material world? See, because love is never forced. Krishna wants our love. our unconditional love. But no, love is never forced. So that's why Krishna is waiting for us to turn to him. He's waiting that when will we train us to love him unconditionally? When will we really desire to go back to him? So that's why he is waiting. Because love cannot be forced. But we are too busy passionately eating the fruits of the tree of material desire. Now see, there is one more photograph here. Yes. You will see this is a tree where this bird is sitting. These two birds are sitting. So this one bird is us, who is busy in eating, who is busy in relishing the fruits of the tree. And this another bird is Lord Krishna. This is just an photograph to understand the philosophy. Yes. So just like this bird is looking at this another bird, same way Krishna is looking at us, that when this foolish bird will turn to me, when this foolish bird will turn back to me. This foolish bird is just eating, is just busy eating those poisonous fruits. See, fruits of this material desire is actually poisonous for us, because these are taking us away from Krishna. So these fruits are really not relishing. So basically, Srila Prabhupada ji is talking about sense gratification. The fruits of sense gratification are actually bitter. See, I will make you understand with this with an example again. We took an example of bamboo rod. Do you remember sugar cane and bamboo rod? So what did we discuss in that? That foolish guy, he was not aware about the taste of sweet, right? He was not aware about the sweet taste of sugar cane. So he just started chewing the bamboo rod, sucking the bamboo rod, but he was not getting any taste. So you will see, practically, if anybody sucks or chew the bamboo rod, so initially that bamboo rod will be, he will experience a kind of coolness while chewing it. Later on, it will taste very bitter. And at the end, if that person will still keep on chewing it, you will see he will end up spoiling his tongue. He will end up hurting his tongue. Just like you see, if you drink any very warm, very hot water or whatever, any hot drink, so you end up spoiling your tongue. You end up hurting your tongue. So same thing happens when anyone chew or sucks bamboo rod. So just like that, from that example, we should understand sense gratification is also like that. People who always, they always tend to gratify their senses, and gratifying their senses, initially they will experience a kind of coolness. Oh yeah, we might get some taste. Wow, it is very cool in nature. But later on, when they keep on gratifying their senses, it will seem very bitter, means tasteless. And at the end, you will see they will end up hurting themselves, and they will end up spoiling their lives actually. So these fruits of material desires are really not good for us. This passionate compulsion to enjoy these fruits must drop, and we must situate ourselves in our real identity as Brahman, pure spirit. So it's not Brahman, it's Brahm. You know the meaning of Brahm? Brahm means this only, it's pure spirit. So we should always understand this thing, that as we practice Krishna consciousness, gradually we will progress, and you will see these material enjoyments will become tasteless for us. This is all we want, right? You see, yogis often do lots of sacrifices to get detached from this material world. Why? Because they want to get the higher taste. So it will happen when you will get detached from material things. So when we practice Krishna consciousness, so you will see when we will automatically get the higher taste, as we will serve Lord Krishna, we will automatically get detached from all the material things. So, yep, we should understand this thing. So, from this, we have completed our very first chapter of the book, Way to Krishna. Okay, one thing I want to tell you is that in last, you see what is the topic of this chapter? Through way to happiness. So, what is the way to happiness? The way to happiness is the way to Krishna. Hare Bol. Isn't this just amazing? The way to real happiness is the way to Krishna. When we will be on the way to Krishna, we will experience the true happiness. So that it was the bottom line of this chapter. So thank you so much for joining. We'll meet in our next class if Krishna is willing. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.